Alright, here we are on the Hunter Call the Wild. Been having issues with black screen. If you're on the PS4, it'll be called blue screen. It's happened to me 7 times now. 4 times within the last 10 minutes. And I'm just going to show you guys the problem. Watch, it won't do it again, but I'll go over what it's doing if it doesn't do it again. I hope it doesn't, because I like to get these guns changed out. So what I've been doing is, I've tried intent and everything, ain't nothing, does the same thing. I'm going over here, and I'm going to go down to my storage. Yeah, not going to do it. But you go down to your storage and it's been kicking me out. Like I said, it hasn't done it all the time, but it has done it a lot today. I'm just going to change that out. And I'm going to go my 303. The other issue I've had is I'm on here doing missions, and give me a second here. I'm on here doing missions, and I was going to do this one here, harvest the 2 sick male bison. And as you show, if you go to it, it'll actually show you where you're supposed to be, which is right over here. Okay, and I have been here over and over and over and over, and I'm seeing the bison, but I have yet to see a sick bison. And there's a lot of bison that come out the feed area. Yeah, right there. And I have covered this whole area right here time and time and time again, and I have found, I think 5 male bison, and none of them are saying sick. Nothing is showing that any of them are sick. So I'm not sure what's going on with this mission, but it seems to be locked up, and it seems like I'm not going to be able to do it. But I've been opening up the Hirschenfeld map, and as you see, I still got a lot of area here that I haven't been to and haven't opened up these zones for. Been playing this game since it come out, and don't get me wrong, it is a good game. I just wish that they would go to the root of the problems, because this blue screen if you're on PS4, black screen if you're on PS5 is an issue that has been happening ever since the game come out. And they'll patch it and it'll work fine for a while, and then it goes right back to the same old thing, but different things kick it. It's like going into your storage. That seems to be what's doing it now. Now you can go in, you can get your vehicle, you can get your dog, you can go to the store. You can do all that, and it will not give you the blue screen or black screen. It is when you go to your storage. And it's just different things like that throughout the years as what's kicked the blue screen and the black screen. And now it is going to your storage, so that's just a new thing that's doing it. But anyhow, yeah, you would think that since I've been playing the game since it come out, that I would have already done this, because this is one of the maps that come with the game. But there's a lot of maps that I didn't do them all. I did them all. I did some. Well, this was one of the ones that I did some. And since they've redone all the maps, I thought I'd come on here and open it up. And I still got a few other maps I need to do as well. But yeah, that mission down there is not going to be able to be done. Um, I will go back once I do a few of the other missions and get them taken care of. But there's a lot of missions, a lot of side missions on this game. There's, I think, around 70 is what I know of, and that's a lot. So I'm just doing them to get them out of the way, get them done, and enjoying hunting in the process. The other thing I want to touch on is I joined a few multiplayer games and was playing on multiplayer, and you know, I was on people have been kicking since you get on there, and you know, if you don't want people to join you, make it private. You don't have to make it public. You can make it just to your friends or however you want to do it, but make it private. And then I got on one map and I was hunting, and now mind you, I just shoot bucks only, and I was shooting mule deer and I shot bull elk and all that kind of stuff, and you know, I was shooting a good bit. I mean, but they were all the bulls and the bucks. I mean, it's not like I was shooting the other things, but guy sent me a message and he said you're killing too many animals. Every time I see something pop up on the screen, it's you shooting something. Well, you know, it's not like I was taking one animal out of every herd I've seen. I can't help that, you know, either they didn't know what they were doing or was walking away from the controller or something. But there were 6 out of 8 of us in that lobby, and like I said, one animal out of every herd. It's not like I was just firing lead down through there and killing everything that had horns. That's not what I was doing. I was just bouncing around in different areas that I know were good spots. And I was only taking, I wasn't even taking the big stuff, actually. I was trying to get the small stuff out of the way. But yeah, he kicked me because I was shooting too many animals, and my name kept appearing on the screen. Well, like again, if you don't want it to happen, take and make it private or make it just friends.
I saw some tracks in that area earlier this morning. Hold on, I'll send the coordinates.
Whatever have you. But, you know, on my maps, we usually do shoot just the bucks. Now, stuff like the bison, stuff like that, stuff that I really don't care a whole lot about. It doesn't bother me a bit if my friends get on there and shoot the females or the males. It just really doesn't make a difference to me. But right now I'm on the mission where I need to harvest 4 roe deer. And I got that arc thing on my map there where on my guns where it does certain range. This, like I said, this is a good game. I enjoy it. It's a game where I get on here and I do things at my own pace, rather than like Call of Duty. And I do stream Call of Duty as well. But this is a slower pace. It's relaxing. Allows me to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And it's kind of like Way of the Hunter, another good game. I don't play it a whole lot because the only thing it just doesn't have tree stands and tripods, and you don't have bows or a muzzle loader. And like a little bit ago, I had a crossbow out and was doing some missions and just using a crossbow, and had the pistol out earlier and had to shoot a red deer with a pistol, and just you don't have that in the Way of the Hunter. Like you do on here. This will make 3 out of the 4 I need. This is a fun game to play with your friends. Unlike the Way of the Hunter, the multiplayer on it is absolutely junk. They have fixed the issue of the lag in it, but you still don't get no money for the animal you take. You can't mount the animal you shot, so whatever you shoot on there is just a waste. Or another call coming over here. Head this direction, see if we can find it. But I haven't had any trouble with any of the missions. I've had a few that's taken quite a while. Because I really wasn't reading and paying attention. I was actually doing the missions, but it wasn't counting because I either wasn't in the right area or I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to what I was reading. And my buddy White King that will be on here in a little bit, he he just laughing at me, and it's coming back around. The one thing about the difference in the Way of the Hunter and the Hunter Called Wild is the Way of the Hunter, you really don't have to watch your scent all that much because it evidently is not as strong or doesn't seem to bother them as much as where on here, man, they can pick your scent up from 4 miles away, and they can hear you from 4 miles away, even though you're walking and you're running 2 or 3 bars, crouched down. I'm not sure if he's giving a warning because of my sound or because of my scent, because they can pick your scent up, even though it doesn't look like it's blowing at them. Some reason they can still pick it up. When I first got the game and had this map on it, I wasn't a huge fan of it. And then I started doing, the story mode and the missions and all that. And it's actually, not that bad. It's a pretty map. It and the New England map are, as far as the looks of them, is my 2 favorite. But this map is the biggest map, without a doubt. I could have equipped the road deer call, and probably should have. But once they start giving you a warning, they're not going to come into the call. And that's the other thing, since they've redone this map, the calls, as far as for the red deer used to be really acceptable to the call. But since they've redone them, not so much. You may get a call back, and you may get one to come in, but it is unlikely that they'll come in. I haven't tried calling anything else, and I really haven't done a whole lot on this map since they've redone it. It's not like my tier 4 map where we me and King have taken and done game management on it, got it all opened up, and have been taking nothing but the bulls and all the males. And I was on there the other day and seen that I have upwards there. I can't remember the count, but I'm pretty sure it was around 15 mythical red deer on there now. Didn't see no legendaries, but did see a lot of mythicals, a lot of big 7s, which I took a few of them out. It as far as hunting is one of my favorite maps. Just because the game, I mean, you can go on there and you can make some money. It's plentiful. Again, though, we don't we'll go into an area and hunt, and you may have like at one lake. I mean, I count 36 red deer around that lake, and I just took and we just take a couple off each lake, and we'll bounce from lake to lake, and then we'll go hunt some Sika deer and take out some of the bigger bucks out of it, and or hogs, and get the hunting pressure off in lakes, and then we'll go back and hit the lakes again, and we'll take a couple of the bulls, and that's just how we've been playing that map, and it's worked out fairly well as far as mythicals. Now, White King's map, we just go on there and shoot whatever we see, and well, lo and behold, he keeps producing legendary diamonds. So, not sure why that's happening or what's going on with that, because you would think on the game management on mine that I would be producing diamonds by now, and I have to yet produce a red deer diamond. They just all been sevens and mythicals and a lot of fives. Wow, there's a lot of fives. And I don't agree with that whole thing of the weight thing. Once they're that weight, they'll always be that weight. I mean, your fives and fours combine sixes, and your sevens and eights supposedly become legendary. Oh, I think once you get them, you keep shooting them and get them up there, it should be just, I don't care if they're a two should be able to go all the way up to legendary. Again, not understanding why the game's doing that. Where on the way, the hunter is actually I love the way they do it on there. You take and the animals grow every day. You may have a 2 and it'll become a 3-star in a day or two, and then it'll become a 4-star. And if you get your gene pool down right, you will start producing some 5-star, which is as big as you can get on the way to hunter. And I find that I love that idea. I'm glad the game finally come out with that, but I would like to have trail cameras. I want the whole 9 yards, and if you're in a tree stand or on here or a tripod or even in a ground blind, your scent should be knocked down and not be as bad, and the animals not pick up on it as quick. I mean, I'm a hunter in real life, and it just doesn't do that. And as you see, there's another mission complete. $4,000 plus the money out of the road deer. So, be looking at around $6,000, a little over, for one mission. And I did a mission earlier, and by the time I got it done, it was pretty close to 10,000 I got off that mission. So let's just see what we got in store for us now. The big ones, I'll just accept it. Harvest 2 road deer weighing at least 55 pounds each that were down with a 270. Okay, so I need to change guns again. So what I want to do is I'll throw out my tent. Okay, and if I get kicked, it's going to stop the stream. But we'll wait and see here. See if I get black screen. If I get black screen, then I'll fire the stream back up. So if I disappear, I'll be back. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm going to take the 243 off and put the 270 on. Customize it first. I'm going to throw a little camo on the barrel here. I have not bought the other camo down here like this here. These are all DLC. They're pretty. Brother-in-law has them, but as you see, the stock and stuff on this one has got pretty engravings on it. It is a pretty rifle. Basically, I'm just going to throw on a collar here, see what looks good on it. With that, and I wish they would do something, make it to where you have like an ammo thing, and you just click on it and it'll bring up your ammo, or a gun thing, instead of having to scroll all the way down through everything. Now I am going to go ahead and throw that road deer collar on. Take the red deer off because I got all the missions for the red deer done. I was going to throw on the goose thing, but was also got to down an animal with a shotgun. But yeah, I can shoot slugs. It doesn't matter. It don't have to be the goose. Alright. Go into my inventory. Cologne. And I'm on 10th to go in the storage again. Hope I don't get kicked. Going to see if I got any road deer scent. Should have. Inventory. Yeah, should be good to go now. Taking time. I'll rotate this time. Like 6 in the morning. I got to kill 0 deer weighing over 55 pounds. I've already got a good bit of hunting pressure right there, so I could set up on them zones, but I'm not going to. What's the stream on this map? And they were talking about how, since it's been redone, how big of red deer that was on here. And I gotta tell you, I've been on here for about a week and a half now. And as you see, I showed you the needs, and there's a lot of areas I still haven't hit. And I'm not impressed with the size. I mean, I've seen one mythical, I've seen a few sevens, but I'm not impressed. A lot of sixes, and like I was telling you earlier, them sixes, just according to the game, will not ever make anything higher than a 6. They'll just become a bigger 6. So, I mean, before they redid this map, I had it fully, you know, knee zones through all over the place and whatever have you on that. And I had some pretty nice red deer on here. And, that one right there should make a great. Looks like they're walking this way, so I'm just gonna let them come ahead. And that's the other thing I've noticed. A lot of people will get on here and just shoot, and shoot, and shoot. Not not be patient. And wait for the right shot. And another animal I really like hunting too is fallow deer. And again, that deer order map is really good for fallow deer as well. I've seen a couple on here. I really haven't been hunting the fallow deer because there ain't been no mission for it. I still got to harvest the fox at over 109 yards. The road deer on here are plentiful. Even with all them areas I haven't opened up, you'll still see, I mean, I got knee zones all over the place for road deer. Another thing I'm going to touch on too is the rabbits on the New England map. And why couldn't you just do the burrow thing instead of having all them need zones for rabbit? I mean, my map is just absolutely proliferated with. Yep, he makes it. I don't know why they're saying wrong ammo, but that's what they're wanting me to shoot it with. Yep. Okay. It counted, so that's all that matters to me. Takes away the money though. Sure if that's the one I've seen with that buck or not. Or it's sitting on the feed now. Fast travel up here. I want to take this time and I just want to thank all the subscribers right now and the ones that watch the video and leave comments. I sure do appreciate it. It does help. And I know some of my videos are pretty well lengthy, but I could come on and pause it when I'm not getting anything and start it back up and all that. If I pause it, it stops the feed, and those who are watching when I'm streaming, it pause it and they'll shut them down as well. That's why I don't stop the stream. Now, when you're walking around on this map, you really gotta watch where you're going, because some of these rocks and stuff will have big holes and you get down there. You can't get out, and if it does kick you out of them, it throws you like you got thrown off the four-wheeler, and sometimes it kills you. I kind of bounced to the left here a little bit to keep my step going in there. The only bad thing about doing the missions and stuff is, some of the things like that New England map. I got everything done on it but a gold quail, and I cannot get a melt in the air, period. It's just, or if you had a friend, they could jump them up. I think on the main missions, they should allow it to be single player. But when you're doing them side missions, or give you a dog that will jump them up for you. I mean, you brought the bloodhound in, and I thought that was awesome. And although I don't use them very often, but change it up a little bit and bring a bird dog in, a cocker spaniel or something. I mean, you're one, in order for it to be gold, it's got to be shot out of the air. Well, you can't get them in the air. I mean, it took me a week on that New England map to finally get a pheasant to jump up, and I actually, no, I had a shot 3 that was in the air and it didn't count. And then I finally got one in the air and shot it while I was flying away, and they counted. But I have tried and tried and tried to get that quail up in the air, and seeing them is tough enough, but getting them to fly in the air where you can get a shot, that is near impossible. But everything else on that map is done except for that. I need a gold bobtail quail, and like I said, it will not be gold if you don't shoot it out of there. And I need 2 gold animals on the Yukon map. That is really not that hard. Fox and one of them little ducks. Not really a big issue. I just haven't been on there to do it. Unlike the quail. And then the Yukon map be completely done. Not seeing anything over there. But let's take call a couple times. Something over there. So, over and see what kind of track line. If there's a male coming in here and how big he is. It just needs anything first and see if it just says one or the only one eating here. Let's see if we can find somewhere else here. This one's a fair piece up the road, but we'll head there and also 10 out in just the time. That's the other thing Way the Hunter doesn't have. I mean, they got areas where you can change the time. But if you're in multiplayer, you can't change the time. Even if you're the host. If it becomes night, you just have to let the night roll through, and I don't know. It's a good game. I mean, don't get me wrong, the graphics and the animals are absolutely awesome. But, you know, it's been out for quite a while, and they still haven't fixed issues. Here's a good one for you. They actually did an update, and what they did in the update, they added a horn to the Jeep. I mean, are you kidding me? A horn to the Jeep. I'm not kidding you a bit. Is that not a joke? I mean, come on. You can't put tree stands and tripods and tents and fix your multiplayer and do all the things that should be done, a bow, a crossbow, muzzler, pistols, but you can add a horn to the Jeep. I mean, that just cracked me up. I do like the knee zones better on it though. And the graphics, I mean, the graphics are just the bomb. I mean, they're not bad on here, but they are not as good as Way of the Hunter on here. But the game's been out long enough now, they should have brought the tree stand and the tripods and tents and have fixed that multiplayer issue. And they have not. Just like all other games, we're going to add-ons in, and we're going to do all that. But we're not going to fix the issues that should be fixed and bring what the game should bring in. I mean, they haven't even brought out a new map. Not big enough. And some of these missions I'm doing, I already did. And when they redid the map for some reason, or maybe it's because I changed over to PS5, not sure. But it didn't. It took them away. I mean, like in sick bison, I already did that mission, and I've already done this one too. I'm not sure what happened or what went wrong, but I mean, this was all done. And I can pull up my mission thing. You see the radioactive bore, and that was done, and I gotta do it again. And that's the other thing. Your friends can get on here and when you get a new map, he can go to, say like you got a few, well, one can go to this overlook and throw out a tent, and one can go to that overlook and throw out a tent, and I can go to an overlook and throw out a tent. And we can open up the maps pretty quick. On the way to the hunter, you can't do that. Even if they walk through an area, it doesn't open it up for you. Or a need zone, it doesn't open none of that up for you. But if you like hunting and you want to see the game grow by day, or days I should say, because it takes a few days. Boy, the hunter is the game for it. That's one thing I do love over this game, is how the animals, instead of shooting them, and they become bigger or might become bigger. And the way the hunter, as you rotate the days, they do become bigger. I find that to be an excellent thing. I absolutely love it. It is lifelike. I watched the stream on the creators of the game talking about how they wanted to make it real lifelike. And, that is all well and good. I love it. But you're not going to add bows and tree stands and tripods and ground blinds and muzzleloaders. I mean, come on. Anything over there, so I'll go over here and reload this. I have the zone open up, but I'll check it anyway. Alright, I'm back. Don't really take the time again. Put it at 350. Put it at 410. Because the animals all come in later than what the knee zone calls for. And looks like my sensor going straight across the zone. Hey, put that on the ground. Not real sure how they enter the zone. Like I said, they on some reason, I watched them. I sit on the few knee zones. I was watching a red deer earlier today, and he didn't get up and leave the rest zone until a half hour after the rest zone was done. And I was sitting on another rest zone, and the same thing with it. Didn't get up and leave until like 20 minutes after the time. So they're not hitting the knee zones. Yeah, it's active at 4 in the morning, but they usually don't roll in until 4:30, something till 5. Usually a half hour to an hour after the zone gets active. And a lot of these missions, I had to harvest quite a few red deer of a night. And I can't tell you how hard that was. Because the fog and the terrain and all that, where they're at, let's just say it was quite challenging. And I do not like the night vision scopes. I think they're horrible. So I just run the regular scope, where the guys I game with, they all with an able to use the night vision scope, and we all hate hunting overnight to begin with. So we just rotate the time, but these need zones are saying 4 in the morning, so you got a little bit of darkness and like I said, my scent's blowing across this. I wasn't sure how they came into it. There goes a bison. Now, in that last black screen I got, I told them that I was going to stream and show the people. And I fired up the stream, and it hasn't happened again. Yeah, they're going to come in the same way my scent's blowing. Level 3 red fox. And that's the other thing about this game. This wind will change 50 directions. Every time you make an adjustment for the wind, it'll change. Never fails. Or the way of the hunter, you got this little thing you can pull up, and it'll show you what time, what direction the wind's going to be coming by, and how hard it'll be blowing And that's another nice feature the way the Hunter has over this game. Kind of nice to be able to look at things and say, okay, well, the winds are going to be coming from this direction at this time. I'm going to be hunting this place at this time. And it makes it a whole lot easier setting up. I can go over on that other hillside and get above the feed zone, and my scent will be blown away from it. But just as soon as I got over there, it would change and blow right straight down across it. And that is a pretty much almost a guarantee. Off other feeding. And the fog. If it doesn't rain, why is there fog? This map is absolutely covered in fog, and you're hunting them red deer of a night. It is a nightmare. call and see what that does. Since the wind's still not in my favor though. That should take care of this mission. Come out here and go collect him. Don't make it big enough. Guess he was. He just barely come in big enough. Alright. There's another mission done. I got to go to Freeburg and take 3 road deer down. Thing here. Yeah, it doesn't say what it has to be or what it's going to be taken with. Now I can put the 243 back on so I can get the most out of the money on them. And as you see, I don't have a whole lot opened up in this area. So I will be, I can go over here and hunt them. But let's just go here and see what we can find. And like I said, I'm going to get into and go to my storage again. So if it's just a stream down, I will fire it back up. So if I get kicked, you guys just hang tight and I'll be back.